Hi guys, I am so very excited to walk through this next pretty significant revision to the plans. Now, I say significant because we moved the stairs and we changed quite a lot going on, but really the house is so very similar to where we were before. The garage, laundry, mudroom, pantry, kitchen, pooja, dining, the family room for the most part, your master suite and bathroom for the most part are unchanged in this iteration. Nothing's changed here, with the exception of I enlarged your master vestibule a little bit. We've got a new staircase happening. And of course, the big change was that, we're no longer doing the 2 story tall foyer space. Now, we still have, per your request, we're going to do an 11-foot tall ceiling for the ground floor. So when we come into this very large foyer, it's an 11-foot tall space. It's very large. There's no doors or openings along this wall. So when you open this, this is a great spot for some furniture or for some art. You've also got the same thing happening along this back wall here. So a lot of opportunity for art and display in your very large foyer space that opens into the living room. Now, the living room footprint has gotten a little bit smaller, and that is as a result of looking at things in 3D and saying, look, with the second story bedroom 3 being this size, I really, really want the living room pop out below to be the same width. And I think you'll appreciate that when you see it in 3D. But what that means is that I'm not showing as big of a furniture arrangement in the living room as before, but it is super open to the foyer. It's a very large open space. There is seating for plenty of people. There is still space in the corner for a holiday display. But I've also, in order to have the walls align between the first floor and the second floor, I've opted to build in a little display alcove over here in the corner, and we'll see that in 3D. And then we lead to your office space. The office has perhaps gotten a little bit smaller. It's 6 inches smaller than you said you wanted, but we had to balance square footage and we had to look at things in 3D and try to strike for some alignments when we could. But I think it's working out really well. Um, the other change that happened was that we reconfigured this powder room. Now, the powder room is still very easily accessible from the mudroom, but now that it's in this slightly narrower hallway that connects the foyer to the great room, I've opted to show it as a concealed door, and I'm opting to clad this interior volume, these 3 walls here, in wood siding, and you'll see that in the 3D model shortly. But it's a bit of a smaller bathroom footprint, but that is a result of the stair changes. But still, the stairs are great. So we go up the stairs from the family room. It's a U-shaped stair now, and there would be still access to the understairs storage area, accessed from your walk-in closet. Your walk-in closet got a little bit bigger as a result of the stair changes and the second floor changes and the bathroom change, but I'm really happy with this. And then flanking the staircase going up, we'll have display cases on either side, flanking the stairs going up. Now, when we go up these stairs, you're going to see in the 3D model that we're going to have a nice window right here. And I'm also opting to put a skylight tight to that window. So I think that's a really nice feature to bring in some natural light to what is now otherwise kind of enclosed, right? We've got a window here at the second floor, but we've got these rather solid walls on either side of us. But that's okay. Now the powder room is easily accessible from the mudroom, accessible from the backyard space. Just go past the outdoor kitchen, past the dog wash area, through the laundry mudroom, and across this narrower hall, 5'1", still wide enough, but we can pop into this bathroom, which is also fairly accessible from the office when needed. Okay, so now let's go upstairs. So we'll go up the stairs, turn the corner, and we'll go from below. We're coming up the stairs. There'll be a window and a skylight here. And then we come up to the loft. And the big change here is that sorry, let me stop zooming in and out here. One more zoom. Okay. The big change here is that we drastically increased the size of each bedroom and bathroom and added a bathroom. So now we have one, two, three, four bathrooms upstairs serving the four larger bedrooms. So now each bedroom is an ensuite bedroom with its own bathroom. And each of these larger 10 by 6 bathrooms has a linen cabinet inside of the bathroom. So this is a powerhouse of a bathroom, each of them. The two adult rooms have built-in wardrobes rather than your standard closets with closet doors. These will be look like very nice built-in cabinets, and these are nice features to have. The loft is pretty much the same, maybe a little nipping and tucking here and there. But the one of the kids' bedrooms has its own private bathroom, but then the fifth bedroom here, which is for the kids, has access to their bathroom, as does the hallway or the loft. The loft has access to this bathroom, and this bathroom here will have a skylight in it to bring light into this sink and linen area. But then there's another door here to get access to the more private shower and toilet area. And here in the 3D model, you'll see I'm putting a window here above the tub. And then in this bathroom area, we've got a little bit of storage area. So no one will be using the toilet and lack for anything. No one will be using the sinks and lack for anything. And then lastly, we have a small little throwaway closet area that I will need for your forced air HVAC system, since we're doing a fairly flat roof contemporary design for your home. Okay, so enough with the little nip tuck nuance changes. I think you're going to love this, by the way. These rooms are humongous. Things are really well stacked between the first floor and second floor, which is why these rooms are slightly different sizes. I started off by just perfectly centering this bathroom and closet core between these two outer walls to have these rooms be the exact same size. But then we wound up getting a slight misalignment here at the corner that was bothering me, so hence the slight difference of 12.3 versus 13.3. And now let's take a look at how those reflect in 3D. Now, looking at this front elevation, I think you're going to love it. There's so much to love here. I mentioned a lot how I really wanted these walls to be in line with each other. It just felt really, really odd to me when this wall was shifted over to here. It just felt like a miss. It really felt like it was off. So now we've got these walls are in line with each other. There's a material change, there's a level change, but it just feels right to me. Everything feels really balanced now between the bedroom space upstairs and the living and office space happening here at the corner. So no real major changes to the garage, but I do want to remind you that we were right up against the daylight plane here. And we're right up against the daylight plane here too, but because of the way Cupertino sets their rules, this daylight plane slopes with your ground. And since the ground level is higher here at the kitchen, I can get away with having an 11-foot tall kitchen, just like the rest of the ground floor is 11-foot tall now, with a 9-foot second floor above. And the kitchen's tall, but here at the pantry and at the laundry mudroom and at the garage, the ceiling height lowers down to still 10 feet, which I think is still pretty great. Sorry, it's 9 foot to that overhang, but it's still a 10-foot ceiling. So just 10 feet only on these this one corner of the house that's right up against the daylight plane. Everywhere else we're daylight plane compliant, so I'm going to turn that off and just focus on the design. So the porch is much, much wider, though not as deep as it was before, but that's because we want a much more open and large, spacious foyer space. Now, I am intending on carrying this stone wall and making it look like the stone continues inside to this point here. And then we'll transition to drywall at that point. But this helps define the foyer space. And the same with the wood siding. I talked about how I wanted wood siding on this core that wraps around the staircase and the concealed powder room door, and then also forms this inside core with display spaces flanking the stairs leading up to the second floor. And there's that skylight right up against a high window. And we come up to the loft, and it's a bit more of an enclosed staircase now for sure, but there's definitely going to be lots of access to natural light. And we turn around and we'll see the balcony. We've got lots of big light here too, and I'm opting to put in a skylight at the covered balcony just so that we're getting plenty of shade and shadow for the balcony, but I also want to make sure that we're bringing in natural light into the second floor loft space. Let's go back and let's keep looking around here. So we're seeing, again, like I said, a much wider front entry. So the door is still an ultra wide pivot door, and I've widened these side light windows a little bit. So it is very, very open and glassy in this foyer space. Skylight right here centered in the foyer gives you this look of the second floor wall that's recessed back at the staircase and at that shared bathroom, the one that's for both the kids' room and is available to the loft. This is that window above the tub. And I love how we've got this wood siding on the wall up there and how it continues down on the inside here. That's why, in addition to concealing the bathroom or the powder room door right here, with a self-closing concealed door that's clad in the same wood siding, I just think it's so amazing being in here looking up through the skylight and seeing that same wood siding above as below, and the same thing here, the stone above and below. So I love this skylight right here. It's super, super powerful. Okay. Big windows at all the rooms. You're seeing, you can't see it from street level when you're walking, but I have added the large beds here up against these really tall windows just to show you that, in my opinion, it's okay if a headboard comes up above the windowsill. So be it. Down from the street, no one can tell. But when we're in these rooms, it's going to be amazing to have so much glass. And of course, you can have bottom up Roman shades for privacy when you want to, for example, get dressed in these rooms. But when you want views and you want natural light, these ultra tall windows are just going to look fantastic. We've got a skylight here for your guys's water closet, the room where your toilet will be. We'll have a nice skylight in here so that when you're in here, you'll have natural light. Oops. I've opted to, well, before I talk about your master suite, I just think you're going to love this second floor layout. That looks so perfectly balanced, so perfectly intentional. I can't imagine you're going to have anything negative to say about this, but you've surprised me in the past with your comments. Maybe you'll feel the same way here, but this is fantastic, isn't it? What a beautiful, beautiful home. Very contemporary, very simple though in terms of the lines. It's a very linear house, right? We've got all these horizontal lines happening. But we've got the two adult bedrooms upstairs with their ensuite bathrooms right next to each other. Your master suite is fantastic. It's 11 foot tall now, so I'm opting to put some really tall windows back here instead of what was just a high window. But if you don't like that, that's okay. We can change this and go with a higher windowsill. But again, why not go crazy with the tall glass here, right? We got your porch swing in here. Obviously, this is just a placeholder piece of furniture, but we'll make sure that the structural will not squeak, or a porch swing won't be a big deal structurally. And then I don't think there were any changes here on the ground floor with the design of the great room because of other than the change in the height from 10 foot to 11 foot. The design is still very similar downstairs. Upstairs, I've opted to have the balcony roof pop out just a little bit. I think that's a really interesting feature. I think it looks great and much better than I had started where it was just one continuous plane. It felt too plain. We've got to break it up with this. So I think this looks fantastic. And then as we turn the side here, we're seeing another skylight for the kitchen because we don't have any windows along this wall of the kitchen. This is just all buku storage. Lots of storage. There's the skylight up above. It's going to be fantastic. Um, and as we continue along on the side here, we're seeing the recessed for the bathroom in between these two rooms. Same wood cladding. I think that looks really nice. Although, to be honest, you're not really seeing this elevation very much. So would it be okay just to go with stucco there? Absolutely. But for now, I'm showing it as the wood siding just to stay on theme with the other mid span recesses. All right, we've got this mid-span recess here for the mudroom and the pantry with your dog wash station. And this mid-span recess here is clad in wood. This one's clad in wood, and this one's clad in wood. Perfect. Oh, guys, I think this house is looking amazing. I'm so excited about this. Now, when we're on the street side over here for the adult bedrooms, I'm okay doing the really low windowsills. I think that's awesome to do. But over here on the neighbor side, or we're looking out on your neighbor's home, these side windows here are going to have a high sill, just like in the bathrooms. I think that's more appropriate. But these rooms are not going to be wanting for natural light looking out these humongous windows that we have facing out towards the pool or towards the street. I'm being quiet now as I roam through this 3D model. But I'm really happy with this latest iteration. There is a lot of room. There are a lot of walls for art. I've only just started to scratch the surface in terms of where you'd have room to place art. And some of it's a bit silly. Uh, some of the placeholder art I have is a bit silly. Okay, guys. Well, I look forward to hearing your thoughts on this latest floor plan and 3D model. I'm sure you're gonna love it. This looks so amazing, doesn't it? Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Looking forward to your feedback. Thank you.